matchup we've got. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the first-time champions of the AFC, the Cleveland Browns, taking on yet another AFC team, the Kansas City Chiefs. The first Super Bowl of the new decade, Super Bowl 54, is underway. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So here are the Chiefs now coming out for their opening drive. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section, where the columnists write, possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? Who gave away the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run it now out of the gun. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. And the big boys up front in the trenches, what do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. He'll look to throw. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers, too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man, maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to air one out. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Here's the Chiefs punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. Here comes the pressure, and the Browns block it. And they're going to take possession of the football. So here are the Browns now with great starting field position. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6".
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them in practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
Over to the defense. The defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him and really want to play well for him.
Come on, set, 50, play. Ready?
Now a handoff here to his running back. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. And the Buffet boys, the O-line. Hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a 1st down. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with the new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
They'll set up to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. And the big meat on the D-line, we'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Now back to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland, with the first touchdown of this Super Bowl, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Little loft on that touchdown pass and sort of dropped it in the breadbasket perfectly.
Right in the bucket. And when you're coming out of college and you're a rookie in the NFL, sometimes you forget about the different types of throws you have to make. You just rely on your fastball and throw it as hard as you can all the time. But in this situation, he understood and threw it in a spot where only his receiver was going to get it and no one else. That was pretty.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now back out comes the offense. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. He'll drop to throw. And he comes back with one complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
Second and 11. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
They'll look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll make it a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll drop the throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So on 4th down, Andy Reid decides to send in the field goal unit. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, that is not what you want to see from him on the big stage, obviously. And he's been so reliable all season long.
A big part of why they've gotten here to this game. But you have to wonder, Will this haunt them later as this Super Bowl progresses?
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. That'd be ideal.
Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.